Hello, my friends. How are you? I'm getting on here. I apologize. I'm running a little bit behind. I've had grandchildren and all kinds. So, hi, Kim. Sorry I'm a bit late. Hi, Kim. All right. So, I just feel very scatterbrained. I've had, I've had 3 grandkids, or 4 of them since Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday, I had all 6 of them for the first time. And then 2 of them went home, and then the baby went home today. Like, they really had the parents, but still, anyway. So, anyway, I'm here. Oh, my Lanta is like, oh, I love my coffee. I'm learning. Okay. So, I'm usually a little more organized. I probably am not. If there's any questions, please let me know. I have my bent mat. Yippee. Anyway. So tonight, for throwback set called Airmail. Airmail comes with some amazing little stamps in the stamp set. It has the plane and they have the rocket ship. Yeah, so my son flies helicopters in the Air Force, so yeah, it's a good time. I love my helicopters. And I'm also using the layered stencil set called Celebrate with Cake. I wanted to make a birthday card with this stamp set and just show everyone like how versatile. I mean, you don't have to use these images for just, spaceship and stuff. So I kind of like the idea that I could use it for a birthday. And then I use the Celebrate with Cake set for my own pattern paper that you can all make. And yeah, so I had a little bit of fun using some inks, having some fun with some color combos. The original color combination I did with this was I used like the beautiful blues and the greens and the aqua and made the flames, and my airplane was in the blues, and the other one that I played with was the green. So yeah, so I'm gonna make it in the tonight. I don't know, what do you think? Blue or green? Anybody have any ideas? Let's try the green. I'll make it in the green tonight for a change. But I'll show you the colors that I use for the blues. First of all, my card is a very simple layered card. I cut my image or my panels out using a die, but you can just use the regular trimmer for your mats. Like the green. Oh, hi, Robin. How are you? So 3.75 by 5, 4 by 5 1/4, and then the regular card mat. Anyways, yeah, Robin, I'm coming out to your neck of the woods. It depends on what's going to go on with the strike with WestJet. I have a flight booked to come on Wednesday to Vancouver, but I don't know what's going to happen there with WestJet, and the flight back is with Air Canada, so who knows, we may find another flight, we may not. Depends on what happens with this strike, so. Okay, see you shortly then, Kim. Oh, yeah. Very pretty. Anyway, so I cut my I did cut it. There. So I cut my my images, or stamped my images in Wicked Black twice. One for my image and one for my oopsies if I make it. And that way I've got two. And so I'm going to use my panel and ink out. My panel I used was, like I said, 3.75 by 5. And I'll just put that on here. I'm going to take it off my mat. And like I said, tonight I'm a little bit off. Hang on. Find a piece of paper that is easier to look at than white. There we go. Okay, yes, my sticky mat is not going to get lost. It's got lots of colors on it. Anyway, if you hear lots of noise, it's my 3 grandsons eating some dinner that I made for them. They're having chicken fingers and fries with Grandpa. So it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm going to use this part of my layering stencil first. And I don't know about you, but I never make the same image never show, or the same pattern or whatever is never the same on my stenciled images. Oh, thanks. Supposed to be in Victoria, but I will definitely let you know. I think we're coming into Victoria to stay at a bed and breakfast and doing an orca whale watching tour if we get there. So anyway, so for my colors, I decided to make all of my cupcake bottoms the same. I made them all in a lime green. So this is the chartreuse, the Charming Chartreuse ink. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think what I will do is move a little bit closer. How's that? Is that better? There? Can you see that? Is that better there? Does that look okay to everybody? Can we see okay? I'm just waiting for this. How's that? Nope. Turn it up just a little bit. Sorry, like I said, I'm not really that. There we go. Is that okay for everybody? I think. Okay. So, you can tape off all your places that you don't want it to get masked. Oh my gosh, words are hard right now. I also just can use this. I used some of the sticky note paper, whatever. And I'm just going to see if I can remember as I go around. All right, so I'm going to use my Charming Chartreuse ink. Okay. And I'm going to lightly just go around to these. You can go as light or as dark as you like. A little bit of shading if you want. You don't have to. I do like using stencils basically because they kind of give you that artistic, in brackets, control over your artwork, be it scrapbook pages, cards, or anything else you want to do, because you get control. The colors you can make and customize. You can use the whatever stencil you have to make it custom for your project. And like I said, this one was not really, these two stamp sets were not, or this stamp set and stencil were not released together, but personally I like the two of them together. And who doesn't love a good cake stencil or a good cake? Anyway, so I'm just stenciling in with Lucky Charming Chartreuse and coming along here. Just trying to be careful. Here we go. And I will come down here. And besides, if I was to make a mistake, as I say to everybody, it's only paper. Or if you make a mistake with your stenciling, you can always strategically place a gem in a hole or in a lip, or you can put a sentiment someplace. Alrighty. How's everyone doing? How's everyone enjoying this? Did anybody get any of that big quote unquote rain we were supposed to get the other day? They were calling for like 50 to 75, possibly up to 100 millimeters of rain out here. We've had nada. Whoops. Hello, Danielle. How are you? Did you get a lot of rain out your way this past week or so? Or last week? And almost done here. Okay, so Charming Chartreuse is done. And I'm going to, nothing is where I put it. Wipe the ink off. Very hot. Yeah. Yeah, last year we were in the middle of such a drought, it was incredible. But anyway. Oops. Oops, oopsie, oops. There. Okay, just wiping this off. Oh. And while that's drying a little bit, I will use my other stencil and place. Okay, I'm gonna move it so I can see it, and I'll move it back by my phone so you can see it. And another thing with these stencils too is if you don't want to add an element in the stencil, like I'm not going to put these fancy stars in, you don't have to. Or you can make them a little bit different. Hang on a second, I'm almost there. Sorry about that as you look at this. No flooding, yeah. Yeah, you never know. This weather is just crazy, eh? Oh, well. Okay, so. So, for the cake top, I used Amazing Azure. What a beautiful blue color. Like, it's almost like a turquoise, but not really a turquoise. But anyway, I love it. So I'm going to do the same little masky trick that we do. Can you see? Okay, if my camera angle's a little off, please let me know. Or if you can't see or whatever. Because I think I'm notorious for crafting off screen. Oh, that's probably the dog barking too. It's been a wonderful week. And we'll do down here. And I know you all know this too, but one thing too with stencils, if you want to add a little bit of bling, or like glossy, glittery, you can do that too. You said as little or as much as you like. Well, I kind of like those stickles for adding, whoops, a little bit of sparkle. I didn't put any on this, but that's okay. Icing, icing. Yeah, this is a good size stencil to be able to use masking paper, or the post-it notes, that's the word I'm looking for, on the stencil, because the image, the parts of the stencil are a little bit bigger, so that works well. Oops, a little tiny bit there. There we go. Oh yeah, sparkle sprays. Oh yes. Yeah, this is the year I've been trying to use my imagination as well as my supplies. So I'm trying not to go out and buy things specifically for one card, or yeah, I'm trying to use what I have in my stash. Okay, so this is going to come out. That looks okay. It's a little bit of a blip, but it is what it is. Get a quick wipe down. There we go. And next is for the candles. I'm moving it back. Sorry, I gotta be able to line it up because I can't see it very well. Sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Hang on. Yeah, there usually is something in there, Deb, isn't there? Like, I know years ago I had gone to a craft place in Langhorne, Pennsylvania, many moons ago. And I bought some stuff down there that, man, I never used, put it away in my stash, blah, you know the rue. And anyway, so I left it. So not that long ago, I was sorting through my things and I thought, you know what? I have something like that. And I looked, sure enough, I had gotten it from the States a long time ago. And I didn't even know I had it. Go figure. Luckily, I didn't buy it, but yeah. Alrighty. My candles will be in Aqua Adventures. Oh, sorry, Ocean Opulence. So let's do my candles. And I will just go in and with Ocean Opulence. candles. And these inks are nice because they blend exceptionally well and they smooth themselves out. The colors are beautiful. There we go. You all know about mixing your inkers. You can paint with these regular inks. Squish a little bit onto a mat, or into like a mat or a craft block. And then you can make a bit of a palette for adding glitter, of course, adding sparkle, adding water, making, what do they call it, like a splash. Oh yeah, lots of things. Alrighty, getting there. Okay, almost done. The only thing I'll have left to do is my flames. All right, so so for my flame, I added Summer Sunshine, which is a nice yellow. Close the lid on the ocean. Okay, so I used the Summer Sunshine, made a nice yellow flame on my candle. Not putting the not adding the stars onto this part. You could add another color if you wanted to. I think I have more. Yes. So, and then I thought I would add just a touch of this beautiful rich ruby red to my whatchamacallit, ruby red to my yellow. Yeah, they're so, it's almost magical when they come together, isn't it, Kim? I know some of the designers just, put so many colors in. Alrighty, so this is done. Well, I'm gonna add a little more up there, I think. That's okay. There's my stencil complete. A little bit different. Okay, so I will wash my stencil later. Should be able to clean all the ink off. Brush. Okay, so while I'll wait, I'll color my image. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my card. So I used a card base in the lime green, which I thought matched my chartreuse pretty good. And then a matte here that matched the As you were. Oh, thanks, Deb. Yeah, thanks, Deb. Sometimes it's kind of neat to do a little something different, right? So it's not really orange, it's not really red or yellow, it's something different like in between. So yeah, so here we are. Anyway, so I'm going to attach my white panel to my blue panel. There we go. And you can either attach it with foam tape or leave it plain. I think for this one I might just use foam tape. Feel adventurous. What do you think? Whoops. I'm not cutting straight, but I feel adventurous. There we go. Does anybody buy foam tape in rolls? I go through so much of it. I still have some packages, but I do like my foam tape. Okay, and then just attach it there. There. All right, and then the inside of my card. May as well do it while I'm at it. So I did this one. Happy birthday, you're playing amazing. Rather than putting my sentiment and stuff on the front, I thought I would just leave it plain because it looks pretty busy enough with everything that's on there. So what I did is I used another panel the same size as the panel I inked up, which was 3 3/4 by 5. Yes, I always do things backwards with my what do you call it? With my Misty. It's just because I do. So anyway, so I used the happy birthday sentiment from All Aboard. All Aboard is still available. And I have done a while ago I did a live using the All Aboard. And you know what? It's great. You can use it for kids, and you can also use it for men, for retirement, for Get Better, for a train fan. Anyway, so I used the happy birthday. And on the inside of this one, I said, you're playing amazing. So I will put this plain amazing on here as well. Just like that. And I will get my stuff in here. There we go. And there. I think that'll work. Yes. And I stamped the inside in Amazing As You Were. A little more. Whoopsies. Good thing it didn't land on my card. Not like I've had that happen before. Hello?
So when can we go in the hot tub?
Ask Grandpa because I'm doing a live. I'm teaching right now, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, sweetheart. Maybe Grandpa's downstairs. No, train enthusiasts never grew up. Neither do car enthusiasts, because I've got some of those in my house too. All ages. And I use the little stars. And somewhere, yes. There we go. I use the stars from the stamp set for the inside, and I just had it. I don't know where it went. Oh my darn. There it is. Never worry, never fear. There we go. And I used it in green. And that little guy was my oldest grandchild, my oldest grandson, so. There. All right, if you wanted to, you could edge the edges or ink around the edges, do whatever you wanted. I'm just going to wipe some ink off. I will be cleaning my, I'll post on here later what I use, a soap that I use. It's supposed to be for paint and ink. It's like a natural sponge that's infused with a lemon or lime, like a citrus soap. And it's awesome. It gets the ink out. It gets everything out. So, okay. I'll put these back because if I don't put them back, I will lose them. No. And that comes from experience. There we go. All right. One. All right. So, done with the stamp set. And got this one done. Alrighty. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's done, that's done. And what I will do is I'm going to put this on the inside of my card to do, because if I don't, I might lose it. All right. You know what? I've got a little tiny bit of ink left. I'm going to go around the edges just a little tiny bit on this one, make it a little bit different. Oops. And it's also, rather than wiping the ink off your brush and waste it, there we go. Oh my, they're at it again. All right. So there's the inside. There's the outside. Now, all I'm going to do now is color my image. And for this one, I will use the greens. What am I doing? Okay. Okay, so the blues that I use for my card, for my blue bunny, does that make sense? My blue airplane, I used simple shading, nothing fancy. Ugh. I used BO6, or pardon me, BO2, BO5, and BO6. And B16. So these are the ones that I used for the blues and the greens. I used these ones, YG01, YG03, YG05, and YG17. Now if I remember how to color, I'll be happy. Change my specs. Oh. Alrighty, so, and I also used cool grays for the plain, because I figured it was metal, and my neutral grays for the bunny. cool grays, I use C1, C2, C3, C4, C5. And neutrals, and O, and 1, and 2, and 3. So, we're going to start off with the plain. The plain. Okay. No, the bunny is going to be gray. It's just the trim on the airplane. All right, can you see okay, everybody? I'm going to start off with the plain, a little bit of C5, I think. Let me move it down just a little bit. How's that? How's that? Is that better? Okay. I'd like you to remember how to do this. Okay. C5 and 4. Oops, sorry. Three. C1. I'll bring my green down here a bit. Whoops. I'm not overly worried about a little bit of over coloring on my my gray, because when I do fussy cut it, it will be gone, trimmed off. Okay. C1. So then I have to do the top part of the plane. I'm going to do C4. C3. And C1. And the front part of the plane, I'm going to use a bit of C3 because it'll be flying into What do I use to color on? This is the Nino 110 pound. I was using, well, I'll say names. I was using a Stampin' Up! White, And then I ended up trying the Nina, the 100, and I like it much better because I'm doing a lot more color blending than I used to, I think. And it gives me that ability. So, a little more for there. What does everyone else use? Mind you, I have bought. I bought other paper. I bought, what's the name of it? I bought some other stuff. And I haven't really used it yet. But anyway, I will. I'm happy with this. I'm going to leave it with this right now. What do you color on, Kim? 110, yeah. Okay, where's my C's? C5. So I'll put a little bit of C5 back here for a darker shadow. A little tiny bit there. And a C4. And then I'll do a C. I think my C2 needs a refill. Yeah, it looks pretty sad, doesn't it? Oh yeah. It's not even really working. Oh well. We'll go on the top. Yeah, so, and then I'm going to add in my bunny. And I'm going to use the neutral colors for my bunny. Starting off with an N3. And I'm always, like I said, I'm always learning how to color different, better. I think it's probably a lifelong learning process. So, yeah, no. And the face, and 3, just a little tiny bit. Just a little tiny bit along here. I'll go back under here. And I'm going to go to an N1. Okay. And then an N0. Alrighty. So there's my grays, and for the bunny's ears, RV 00 is what I use. I kind of wanted a pinky, pinky mauve color. Got his cheeks, got the ears, just a light. All right. And then, there, his eyes, his nose, I will paint solid black, unless I get, yep. Now the eyes. I'm just going to do solid black. There. And then here comes the greens. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So YG17 is the darkest. I'm going to paint in here. Color in here, I should say. There we go. And then I will do under here. How's that? Okay. And then YG17 to YG05. Oops, sorry. Okay. And YG03. There we go. Yeah, so the color like this one, the colors are a little bit up, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they're not regular blenders. I think if you have a bit of a thicker paper, I don't think it looks too bad. Look okay. And then I'll do this. Go back to my YG17. YG05. YG03. And then I put a little tiny bit of YG01 in there. Hopefully it blends all up this time. Yep, I think so. And then the front part will get, because it's front and then be having the sun, so I'm going to put in the YG05. And a little bit of YG03. And YG01. How's that? Okay. And for the steering wheel cockpit, I thought it was the steering wheel of the airplane or whatever it is. I will put a little YG05 and YG03 and blend it and see what we end up with. Okay. Does that look okay? I hope. All right, so what I'm going to do is I will cut this out. Bear with me. Let me just, fussy cutting is I usually cut off as much as I can. And then I fussy cut there. So I have another image that I will store in my envelope that I keep my, oh, thank you, Kim, that I will keep in my envelope where I put my, this guy in. I store them in these. And my extra images I will store in behind if I've got them cut out on my Brother Scan and Cut or not. So let me just cut this. It doesn't have too many, what's the word I'm looking for? Too many funky lines. And like I said, I'm just cutting over or through or around that bit of a bleed that I had. Actually, there's the back of my image. So you can see how much I do blend it and how heavy, how nice that extra heavy paper is for blending. To give you that option. And around. Okay, we're getting there. Yeah, this little rabbit grows on you. I know for the images that we had for when we released it, when it was released, the I'm a panda fan, and I used the little bear and I made him into a panda. So it's amazing. Like, you know, you could make this bear into, or pardon me, this bunny into a brown bunny. Fantasy, you could make it into any color bunny you want. I mean, you could have had a blue plain, green bunny, blue plain. Or did I say that already? There we go. As I'm just talking away. Okay, I'm almost there. Fussy cutting is not my favorite thing to do in the world. Especially when you get something cut all the way and you find out you cut a piece off. Like, oh man. Oops. Getting there. Sorry, people. I've got a friend that loves fussy cutting. Ugh, bleh. I guess we all have to have our vices, don't we? All right, this has got it's got a wrinkle in it now. Oh, well, we'll fix that. Okay, now, a long time ago, I was shown a wonderful trick. If you have bits of your bunny or bits of your image, it doesn't really, it gets cut off. You just take your a black marker, your black Copic, and just run it along the white edges. And that'll get rid of this. Just make sure that you don't run the black marker across the front of your image and get pencil or markers all over your freshly colored image, because goodness knows I've done that too. There we go. I brought a bar of lavender soap at a farmer's market a few weeks ago. Oh my gosh. It smells so good. Okay, gotta get in here a little tiny bit. Okay. I think my light overheated. Oops, sorry. Okay, there. So here he is. Now, I was going to put this on like this, but I thought he needed something to stand out. He just needed, so I tried putting a white circle, a plain white circle, and it was okay, but it wasn't quite okay. Like, anyway, so then I thought, well, I'll just try and put a cloud. The cloud didn't, it was kind of too many shapes with this and this. Anyway, that's my mind thinking. Hi, Ellie. Sure. Lavender and purple are my favorite. So I had a piece of vellum in my stash. I cut into a circle. And this vellum's got a bit of a sheen, a color to it. So, of course, it's about this stuff here. So I thought, well, like, to me, I like that. I don't know if you want to put vellum in yours or not in yours. And you could put 2 in there. You could, whatever. So, anyway, so what I will do is I will attach the front of my little guy. Attach him to the back, or attach the back of him to the front of the vellum. That makes sense there. Just like that. And then I will put a little tiny piece of tape, foam tape, onto the back of this guy and pop them just a little tiny bit. I can put a little more down here too. So I'll just cut this like this. Check to make sure it's not going to be seen through. Nope, looks pretty good. But it's also a thicker vellum too, so it might not be as bad if I happen to. Mind you, you can't, this one, you can still, I didn't attach vellum, or I didn't attach behind the ears and that, but anyway, so over top of my multicolored candles, there. And that's it. You can add gems or whatever you want. Okay, so I have my blue bunny, and I also use, with the blue bunny, I also used a little tiny bit of like a light blue around his eyes, just to add a little bit of color. Now I added it to one of my green ones when I was playing with it. And it looked like Halloween monsters, so I didn't do that with this card. It's supposed to be a birthday, so... Yeah, you can still see a little bit, eh? And this is a thicker vellum, pardon me, a bit of a thicker vellum as well. So it's kind of nice, and the colors are nice and bright. So this is the original one that I had done. Similar, a little bit different. But, yeah, so anyway, so that's your Thursday throwback. Throwback Thursday. Like I said, I used the stencil, the cake stencil. I used the airmail stamp set. I used the all aboard for the birthday sentiment. I love being able to mix and match my sentiments, especially with these stamps. And then the two different style fonts too are really kind of nice. And yeah, that's it. So, oh, Kim's got them both on sale. So if you don't have them, grab them. You'll use them time and time again. And my lovely birthday stencil that I'm going to go clean. You'll get so much use out of this stencil. I didn't put the little stars on this, but that's fine. I mean, you can when you do it. You don't have to. You can do it however you want. You can only stencil the stars or into the cake or whatever. So, and I'm going to go get my soap, wash those all off. And that's it for the night. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And like I said, I apologize if I was a little off kilter. That's why I had my kids in my 20s. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.